Well, welcome, thriving friends. Today's episode is not just a conversation or my regular thriving lessons with Dr. G. It's a sum of many, many things which makes up history. Imagine this: one person, one bike, no fanfare, no sponsorship, embarking on a 250 kilometers ride. Something that started off as a solo ride has turned into a national advocacy effort. So many has changed, and I'm sure you have heard a little about this. I am Dr. G, and I'm excited to share with you an exclusive interview with the man behind it all. 250 kilometers in one day, straight from Accra to Kumasi.
Oh, Dr. G. Dr. G, my big sis.
Oh, this one there is no sister. Oh. This one is captain. I
Uh,
salute.
oh, no, no. This one, I will not take
Wow.
it.
You don't take it. Congratulations, Charlie. Congratulations on completing your 250 km ride.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I remember when you first mentioned it, right? It was not too long before you embarked on it, actually. So you have to take us all back. I'm very grateful. Let me start off by saying thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you post the ride. I think it's a privilege to have this exclusive interview with you. So thank you very much,
Yeah,
Captain.
thank you to Dr. G.
Please, I beg. Anyway, how are you
Dr.
feeling
G.
physically and emotionally after that ride?
Okay, I'm feeling tired, which is normal. But there's no physical pains, it's just
Okay.
fatigue. It's like you need more sleep because
Mm-hmm.
we woke up at 1 a.m.
Mm,
and then you try to sleep the night before, but you cannot because of the ride. You cannot sleep. So
yeah.
you'll be lying down thinking about the the ride, and then you wake up and then you are going for the ride. So it's like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel I need more sleep,
Yeah.
but physically I'm not hurt. I'm not having any pains, excessive pain, if I should say. Yeah.
Mm,
Emotionally
fantastic.
too, emotionally too, I am very okay, even more than physically, because something has been achieved, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
so I'm more healthy emotionally than physically.
Um, oh, that's fantastic. Is this the longest distance you've ever gone in one day?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Previously I was doing something close, but I never had a chance to do the entire 250. But I knew from the training, it should be possible with some level of difficulty.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. When you say training, you mean the preparation before the ride or your
Yes.
overall military training?
Yeah. So interestingly, I just rode for, or I just trained with a bicycle for less than 2 months for this event. So, but I was confident because I was relying on my military training. Cycling is cardio, your legs and your core. And then those are the parts that we usually train in our military. You are running,
Okay.
you are doing sit-ups, which is your
Okay.
core. You are squatting, you are picking locks, you are picking. So I knew I just had to learn. And then I was riding too when I was in university. I was riding when I was in second. So I've been riding for some time. Just that I stopped for like 4 years when I went to the military. And then I just came back to it and then decided to do this uh, distance. But I
Yeah.
was pretty sure it would be achievable because of the constant training in other fields. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, now you have to take us back to wanting to do this. What was the inspiration?
Yes, so it all started with advocating for, you know, rider safety. As I said, I had been cycling for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and then I realized that I met people in the cycling community. They told me about their friends being knocked down to death by vehicles and all
Mm.
those things. But it appears you will not hear it anywhere
Yeah.
because bicycle
Yeah.
abobi it's no big deal.
Yeah.
If it's car, if it's vehicle, that one there you see it on the news. A bus and then the trot the hot but bicycle you not. But I felt it was very important because we all share the road.
Mm.
Here we don't have the cycling lanes, so we are also the road users, just like the cars. And then I just came across uh, a story. I know it's a divine encounter because
Okay.
the story I could connect so deeply to the story that or uh, to the person that I had to cry for 2 days. Like I couldn't.
Oh.
My wife would be like, why do you know this lady from? Like
Yeah.
she couldn't understand why I became so emotional, which I will explain later in the conversation why it got me to where I am now. So
Mm.
I came across this lady um called uh, Miss Adzo
Mm-hmm.
Ahadzie Akpene,
Mm-hmm.
and then the story was uploaded by the dad. The dad wrote about everything that happened, what she was doing before she died, and all those things. And then um, I don't know if I should go straight to the story or you
Yeah,
want to
just
ask
go
some
straight. Let
question.
it no, let it flow. Let it flow.
I should let it.
Yes, sir.
So then she she was a level 600 student,
Yeah.
Master of Architecture, K
Yeah.
University. She loved riding bicycle. And then there are even videos of her as early as like 4 years, 5 years. Her dad was helping her with the bicycle.
Yeah.
And then when she was in the university too, she was riding the bicycle. And then just just a day before her final, mock thesis presentation, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
after working all day, she just decided to take her bicycle and then just go around campus and then come back to finish up her work. She left her hostel and then just a few minutes from the hostel. A very reckless driver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know campus, you realize that campus is not a place that you should experience accidents because it's
Yeah.
a very calm place. Unless maybe over time things have changed, which I've heard. Now a lot of people are using cars, unlike when we were there. Either shuttle or you are walking.
Walking. Yeah.
So So just someone carelessly knocked her down from her bike, and then another car had to run over her,
Oh
and then
Lord.
that was the end of her life. Y- And and the driver just you know left the scene. They left her to die. People came, they took her to the hospital, and the sad aspect of everything is, that project that she was doing, she was going to defend was, repurposing the underpass, Pocracy interchange. Usually over
Yeah.
here, our interchanges, they usually leave the basement to grow weeds. People will be throwing rubbish and those things
Yeah.
there. So she had created a design for that underspace to be used for multi-purpose, which would have also accommodated cycling parks, cycling lanes, like, you know, sitting area for pedestrians and all those things.
Mm.
So, someone who had this kind of vision and then the same, bicycle cycling. She's working on promoting how to be killed by that. It was something I couldn't hold myself up. And then people ask like,
Interesting.
okay, so what's the connection? So the connection was, for you, you know where I come from. So, we are campus people to a large extent. But
Yeah.
one, where she was knocked down, that road was the same road I was using when I was in campus to
Mm.
to go and play long tennis.
Okay.
Secondly, she she was using bicycle as her form of transportation. When I was in university,
Yeah.
bicycle was my main form of movement or mode of
Yeah.
transportation. My faculty, I was the only person. I was the first person to start riding bicycle to class. People were like, "Hey, no." Then eventually, people started showing interest. Oh, give me your bike and let me go. They realized that, oh, it's not like they don't like cycling, but it's just that probably they haven't, thought of it that it's that useful. So I even started renting bicycles to students. I had about
Oh,
10
really?
bikes. Oh yeah, maybe
Hey,
I never
you've
told
done
you.
business.
Oh yeah, the company was called On Bikes. So I went to buy
Oh,
about 10 bicycles, and then I was in hall 7, so I parked them at the basement, and then I have a book. So even if I'm not there, I give it to my roommate. If somebody comes and the person want to rent a bicycle, you just write the person's name and then take the money when I come. So then people were coming. Oh, I'm going to maybe Tech Junction. They'll come and rent the bicycle. So bicycles were something that I was really connected with. So when I realized that that was how she died, I was very, very sad. And I just imagine my time too. I was using bicycle as my mode of what if, something
yeah.
happened to me.
Yeah.
Fortunately, nothing happened to me, but this shouldn't happen to anyone again,
No.
because then people will be scared. People will be scared to even take a bicycle because they know that the road is not safe, but it's not supposed to be so.
Yeah.
So
This is so
that's
sad.
that's that really got me. Like it held my emotions, if I should say. And then I just realized that the dad too is a professor at K University, and I realized my dad too was a lecturer at K University.
Yes, he was.
And then and then they lived on campus from childhood till about 2 years ago when the dad moved them to a new place outside campus. And we used to, although we didn't stay there for a long time, but we used to go and play tennis. We used to, like, all our lives have been, revolving around K University. So that connection, that connection was really, you know, deep.
Yeah.
Such that my my wife was even recording me. I'm sure the recording is there.
Oh.
Big man like me, I couldn't hold myself. So I just knew that
Oh.
no, no, something should be done about this. And then after it happened, since the person left, nothing much has been done. The family has been traumatized. Like
Yeah.
when I sent the father the message that this is what I want to do, he cried. Like
Oh.
he cried so much that he said, like after the daughter left, like nothing. No one has really, you know, said much about it. So when this project came up, and then I told him that I want to dedicate it to the memory of the lady, he was, you know,
Oh.
he
Oh.
was so
Oh.
so
Oh.
so 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 emotional. So that's where this project, came from. And then
Oh.
I still believe it's something divine because how everything unfolded after was just marvelous. Like
Yeah. 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 We will
everything
get to
was just
those.
flowing,
Yeah.
flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will get to those details. I want us to take a moment to, I mean, send our condolences to Ajo's family. Is, is that how we would say it?
Yeah, Adzo Ahadzie.
Adzo Ahadie's
Adzo.
family,
Yes.
and we are um so sorry for your loss. And this shouldn't be happening. I mean, I never knew about the bike business, probably because you never shared the money.
Oh
You
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So
It
for
was
those who
my money.
don't know, it was
Hard-earned money. Oh,
you to be
I
discussed.
hmm, hmm.
So for those who don't know, Festus is my brother. He's our last born. He's supposed to be the baby of the family. So if you have money as a baby, you bring it home. Then you discuss with your big sisters. You don't keep it. But that would be fun
Mm,
the other day.
then I would have also brought the problems home. You know, if I should bring the money when the bikes were breaking down and I had to hold bicycle from Hot 7 to Tech Junction just to go and fix the tie. That one, no family member came. I did
That one you
everything.
discuss with your brother Paul. That one is not about the
Okay,
sisters,
okay.
okay? But
Hmm.
that is a great I in fact this is my first time hearing many of these parts of the story. I knew that she died by hit and run, but I didn't know the circumstance. Like another car had to pass over it. That is so hard to hear as a mother. You know, I don't want to hear that. I don't want that happening to my child or even
Hmm.
anybody I know. So I'm so sorry about that. And yes, I your life is very, very, very similar to hers, like from what you are describing. So now I can understand where the connection will come from. So originally you had shared with me that this is going to be a solo ride. You wanted to just ride from Accra to Kumasi in her honor. How did it become a big event like this?
Okay, so hmm, it was a solo ride until it came up. It came out, that something like this is going to happen, and then I hadn't really considered people because I felt people would not be interested. Like looking at the distance, looking at
Okay.
the nature of the road, you know, it's a very very busy, street, so or highway, if I should say. So people were not really in agreement with me using that route. But that's what
Mm,
I wanted to do. So later when it came out, and then I had a friend who took me to a certain group of cyclists. They are at
okay.
Legon. Yeah, so I told them about it. Most of them said it's not possible.
Mm,
Uh, like some crazy guy he has come here. He's saying that he's going to. So they were more like mocking the idea.
okay.
Yeah. Then one person called me that he's interested, you know. And then I realized that okay, it's fine. I can let people join because there will be vehicles following. If you get to a point you think you can't do it again, you just get in
Yeah.
the car and then just relax. Although it,
Yeah.
it wasn't an option for me, you don't necessarily have to do the whole stretch. But
Okay.
because we are advocating for something bigger than ourselves, the more people you have on board, the farther the message can go.
Okay.
And then it's always good to work in a team.
Mm,
It's always good to work in a team. So I just bought into that idea of okay, let me just gather a team that even if they can't do the whole stretch and then they want to move with me to a certain point, at least it's good. It's good because the being solo uh is fine, but being in a team would be way better. Yeah.
mm,
So
wow.
that's when I started, getting in touch with people and then giving people the opportunity. Just that now it became so much that I had to consider safety because
Hmm.
we were supposed to start very early, around 3 a.m. and then 40 people moving at that time would be very very dangerous.
Yes, yes, I
Because we
agree.
got a lot of requests from cycling clubs, they want to join. But I realized that no, aside they even being capable of doing the whole stretch, it, our logistics wouldn't support such a number. Just
Yeah.
one ambulance for 40 people, it's not feasible. So we just
Yeah.
limited it to 6 people at the end. Those who came early.
Yeah.
So we limited it to 6. And the 6 people too, they were all, in cycling clubs. Some were professional cyclists, some were also, some had even cycled for like 17 years or so.
Wow.
So it was fine. It's some were also renowned, very, very renowned people who were cycling enthusiasts. You know, we had Mr. Serene. Mr. Serene is the CEO of DHL West Africa, Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then he got in touch with us that he wants to join. So he came with his Land Cruiser with his bikes, and then he was just, riding with us. And then he brought the entire family, the wife, the children
Oh,
were all in the vehicle following us. We had Mr. Opata, who is a 51-year-old man. He
okay.
said no, he wants to do this. We had a general who is also getting to his 50s. He has been cycling for
Wow.
almost 17 years now. We had one doctor, Dr. Daniel. He too is a medical doctor at Kolebu. He also said he wants to
Wow.
join. And then myself and another captain, who is also a special force officer. You know, so the 6 of us, we did you know, the
Yeah.
trip.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, if anybody is wondering why the captain's name wasn't mentioned, the captain wants it to remain that way. Is that right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
he
So, we
wants to remain
appreciate everybody.
anonymous.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
appreciate everybody who came out to support. And then the riders, especially. Wow. We didn't know all these details. So, these are people who we could easily say were very busy with life, but
Yeah.
still decided to make time and make this happen. So that's fantastic. Thank you, everybody who came on board. So, can you share with us briefly some of the challenges you encountered on the trip?
Okay. So hmm, the challenges were expected, if I should say. Some
Okay.
were expected, some were not. So we had two casualties. It's a minor casualty. Yeah,
Mm,
the CEO I'm talking about, he had a minor accident, not with the vehicle, but the road is not so good.
yeah.
So sometimes if you don't choose the path you are passing well, you might even pothole alone can cause a lot of problems. So he fell and then had a minor fracture. So that was one of the problems. And then bicycle challenges like breakdowns.
Mm-hmm.
My the other captain, all he had his bike. He had another spare bike. The first one got damaged. He went to the spare bike. Then the spare bike too, after some kilometers, give up. So now I had to even give him my spare bike. So I also had two bikes. So I was using one. Then I had to give him my spare bike. So he had to use 3 bikes
Yeah.
in one trip. But we had a bike mechanic, Prince from Decathlon. He did exceptional.
Wow.
It was very, very, very helpful. So usually, if you fall casualty, we leave you and go because we are working with time. And then so they will attend to you when they finish. Then they will assist you to join us.
Okay.
Then you just move because
Wow.
if we are to pause every problem, then you will not make it.
Yeah.
So there was a second fall too. That one to road problem that he even somersaulted. That's the other captain. But
Whoa.
it will interest you to know that by the time I realized he was on the bike following me. They even advised that, oh, he shouldn't ride it. He said no, he has to finish
Wow.
the. So he came
Wow.
back on a bike with bandages and everything, but he still made it to the end of the trip.
Wow. The thing is not as easy as you guys made it look. We were seeing pictures and videos and you were smiling and going. I only saw one video of one bike being fixed, and another crazy video of a taxi driver almost hitting one of the bikers. Did you see
Yes,
that
yes.
video?
So yes, I saw it. So that's the problem. He is trying to dodge pothole, and he thinks that his car is more valuable than the one riding the bicycle there. So instead of either slowing down and passing over the pothole, he is rather going in the, and then that's what they have been doing. So now they just look at the road. If it's not good, then they move to where the pedestrians and then the bicycles are supposed to move, and then
Hmm.
that's where they are moving, because that place, because there's not much pressure there, the place is good. So they leave
Hmm.
the main road and then they go to the side, the walkway, and then they'll be moving there. So that was what he was trying to do, and then he was getting too close to the you know cyclists. But these are some of the things that we are advocating for.